Hey, good morning. I know the last 3 days, I just really hit you with a fire hose, right? There was a lot of information in the last 3 days, and it was an incredible opportunity to share with you where this place, the internet, is going, because the changes that we're seeing are incredible. And there are real ways, real strategies to help you make a difference in your art business so that you're able to paint or create and still get your message out, still find those incredible collectors. And I know as entrepreneurs, we're different than the rest of the world. I know that. I get that. I see you guys every day. I see what you're creating, and I see that the business side of it is not something that you're going, "Ooh, I get to do business today," right? If you spend 15 minutes every day on your art business, it will make a difference. However, if you are using some of these tools that we have talked about in the last 3 days, you're going to grow bigger faster. And for an artist, it's not necessarily always about growing bigger, but it does mean that you'll be able to sell more of your work. And what if you're selling more? What happens if you're selling more? Does that mean that you get to create more? Or are you at capacity right now? Do you have a stockpile of paintings sitting in your studio, ones that have not yet sold? And I dare say that there is a collector out there for each of those pieces. You just have to find them. And finding them, there are really solid strategies to make that happen. Really solid strategies. And in creating those structures, you're going to become the superstar that you deserve to be. You are the most powerful people on the planet. I really honestly believe that. The joy, the passion, the love that you put into what you are working on every day is something that the world needs to see. You're an example of what a life well lived can look like. The majority of people, 98% of them, are grumbling about going to work. And artists get to say, I get to go into the studio today. I am so excited. And if it's not something that you planned, if you are squeezing it in, once you get into that creative space, magic happens. And when you're done, when you lay down that brush, when you stop taking those photographs, when you are not making music anymore, when you're done at the keyboard, there is an incredible satisfaction. There's something that fills your soul. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. It's a short little book, but it is powerful. It is Stephen Pressfield's The War of Art. And it really talks about the struggle we as artists have, getting into the studio, making things happen. Well, I'd love to invite you to read that book or download it off of Audible. It's one that I listen to really regularly. I love that book because it's really easy to allow the rest of the world to come in and derail you from where you want to go. And Stephen talks about how important it is to find that groove and what it's like to find that groove. And we as artists, have you ever had a muse? Have you ever had someone that really inspired you to do more, inspired you to be able to create at a higher level? That's what a muse is. And having a muse as far as business goes is really important. I'd love to be that muse for you. So the offer is still good, and I'm going to drop the link into the chat. So I'd love to work with you. I'd love to help you be the superstar that you already are, but on a much bigger level, to sell your work, to be a six-figure artist, to add six figures to what you're already making. That's really, it's not about the money, but it is about getting your art out there. I know for myself, the art that I have on my walls is just, it's inspiring. It There are times that I look at it that I'm taken back to a moment in my life that is powerful or emotional. I look at it and I'm inspired. Oh my gosh, look at what that artist does. It's amazing. And just like when you were learning art, right? You had to learn the vocabulary. You had to learn what the value structure of a painting is, what the foundational elements are, how to create light, what tools to use. You had to learn all of those things. And it is not an easy learning curve to learn art. There's a lot to know about it. Well, there's not nearly as much to know about the business side, but it does work in a specific kind of way. And it is always changing and evolving. One of the things that I've found is that what I was doing in 2014 wasn't the same as what I was doing in 2017. And the messaging for people, the way that you reach them, becomes different, as we become more sophisticated about this technology. The way that we connect changes. There are more platforms out there now. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's Twitter, there's, oh my gosh, there's like a gazillion of them, right? And finding the platform that's right for you, that fits for you, because every artist has got a different brand, a different vibe. And those are things that we work on together. What fits for you? What are you willing to do? What do you have time to do? And what works? What is going to bring those collectors, those students to your website, to your particular offering? If you've got a painting to offer, what's going to bring those collectors in? If you are looking for students, how are you going to reach them? How are you going to find them? How are you going to create a waiting list for your next workshop, right? Whether it's online or in person. So I really would like to work with you. Click on the link and let's get started. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I know I'm going to. Okay, I'll talk to you later.